everybody, it's Dr. Michele Drake, and I'm here today with my friend Rizzo, and we're going to talk to you about some things associated with July, which happens to be National Pet Hydration Month. I didn't know there was a Pet Hydration Month, but it's a great time to talk about some things that are really important for dogs and cats too. Just briefly on cats, they're not out and about running around getting heat stroke or heat problems during the summer. They're generally not out and about with us within our cars and on leashes, but older cats, just make sure they have tons of fresh water. Cats love like water that's coming out of a fountain or that you pour in your sink, but they just like it to be fresh all the time. Another really funny thing about cats is they really don't like their water bowl next to their food bowl. So if you can find a way to just put the water bowl, maybe 10 feet away or just a different location, and just make sure you refill it or freshen it up a couple times a day. They really like that. So, and as our cats get older, it's super important that they drink a lot of water because their kidneys need a little extra help. So mostly I'm here to talk today about dogs and hydration. The summer months make me very anxious because when I see people out and about walking their dogs, please remember that if it's about after 10 o'clock in the morning, the black pavement can get so hot. And if you put your hand on it and it seems warm for your hand to touch, then it's going to be really hot on those little soft, delicate pads of the dog. So just don't have your dog out during those times, or make sure they're on a cooler place, a path or something that's not asphalt and hot. The sand can get super hot also in the summer. In fact, it does get hot after about 11 o'clock in the morning. It's pretty unbearable on your own feet. Then it's unbearable on their feet as well. So just be aware of those things. Because we don't want them getting their feet burned. Dogs also, many breeds, especially the lively, really engaging breeds like Labs and Goldens and such, really want to please us all the time. And if we take them out for a jog in the summer, they're going to do everything they can possibly do to keep up with us. Remember that dogs do not sweat, except a little bit on their pads and a little bit on their nose. And the only way they can cool themselves is by panting. So they cannot cool themselves as efficiently as we do. So please be aware of that. If it's a little bit warm for you or the humidity's up, if your dog especially is not used to running on a regular basis, meaning 3 to 4 times a week, please don't just let your kid come home from college and take the dog out to run 3 miles, because it can be super detrimental to their health in that they'll overheat, and it's a pretty serious situation. Cars are really dangerous in the summer. They're even dangerous other times of the year if the sun's out in San Diego. So just don't leave your dog in the car ever. It's just not a good idea. And the heat can turn into a pretty vicious situation within a matter of a couple minutes. So let's avoid that as well. A few other things. We had such a rainy season, and we have so many foxtails out there right now. Our doctors are constantly pulling foxtails out of dogs' eyes, out of their nose, backs of their throats, between their toes, and just they'll even get into their coat and work their way under their skin. We've had some pretty dangerous situations like that. So if you have your dog out any place where there's foxtails, just when you're done, make sure that when you get home, you go through their toes, look around their hair coat, around their ears. What a dog will do is if they get a foxtail in their ear, they'll immediately just keep doing this. This is a sign of ear pain. Certainly if you touch that ear and they cry, you need to bring them in, because you cannot see down that far into their ear canal. It's a really deep place. If a dog is out on a trail and they start to sneeze pretty violently, they have a foxtail up their nose, and they may stop for a little while and then start again. But if they've snuffed a foxtail up their nose, you need to bring them in. We actually have to anesthetize them completely to get that out of their nose, but we want to do that because it can work its way back and cause an infection in the back of their nose, and we don't want that to happen. Just a few other things. Snakes are out and about right now. I mountain bike out on the trails around here quite a bit, and I'm seeing snakes out, rattlesnakes mostly. I'm not sure why they're the only ones I see on the trail, but I do see a lot of rattlesnakes out there. And so just be aware, if you're taking your dog out on a trail, just have them really close on your leash. Don't let them have freedom of running around, especially during the day, because rattlesnakes are out and I don't want them getting bit. If they do by chance get bit by a rattlesnake, get them in here as soon as you can. Let us know you're on your way so we can have the antivenom ready for your dog, or wherever you're located. Make sure that your veterinary hospital has antivenom on hand. If we get dogs in here pretty darn quick, we're generally able to save them from rattlesnake bites. So watch out for those. The other things to watch out for, of course, are venomous insects. We should all be a little careful when we're hanging around wood piles and things, because we do have black widows and even brown widows here. But black widows can cause a toxic bite for dogs, and also are dangerous for cats too. And certainly bees. Unfortunately, dogs can be super allergic to bees, and they always get it in the face because they stick their nose into something and they get stung on their face. If a dog starts to vomit or show any signs of weakness after getting stung by a bee, then you want to go ahead and get them in here right away because that's an anaphylactic reaction. So get them in here right away. If they start to swell up much on their face, you want to bring them in here as well. So if you have any questions about any of these things, give us a call here at the Drake Center. We'd love to help.